Do you remember that time we did 30-minute workout? The first time? Remember that hit workout where we did like 5-minute jumping jacks?
Man.
30, was it 20 or 30? I think it was 30 burpees.
Man.
You gotta do 4 rounds of that.
This was back in what? End of 2020. So this was when
COVID days.
so the gym reopened after COVID, but then it started spreading again back in Buffalo. So gyms had to close. And this guy was like, "Yo, you trying to do a 20-minute hit workout?" I'm like, "Fuck it, we out." What I didn't know was I didn't know what I signed up for.
Oh, you gonna learn today.
20 minutes. In 20 minutes, not only was I dripping in sweat, but I was shaking.
That's all you need. If you're on the go, that's all you really need. It's a 20-minute workout.
I never felt my entire body fucking vibrate like that, yo.
That was a fun. You know
It
what was funny?
it was so bad, even the dog barking right now, yo.
Damn,
It was
Damn.
that bad, yo.
that's crazy.
What were you gonna say again?
I was gonna say, so the way that I found out about that kind of workout is through like this trainer that I was kind of following on YouTube at the time.
Yeah.
Because during COVID, ain't no gym was open, so I had to find a way to work out, right?
Yo.
And I was learning about hit workout when I was in school, and I was like, damn, this is lit. So I Googled some hip workouts, and when I tried it out, I was like, yo, this shit is intense. I was like, yo, they really work you for that. It's like,
Non-stop, too.
you're moving for like straight 20-30 minutes. You're not stopping, not taking no breaks. You keep constant movement there, and then you're engaging because you're kind of watching the people doing it, and then
Yeah.
you're doing it as well.
Yo, I will say though, it was pretty fun watching like someone do it. Like it was like a YouTube video that we followed. It was pretty interactive, like following someone like actually hyping you up and shit too.
Yeah, yeah,
It felt like I was in like a workout class, but like virtually.
yeah. It was like you're kind of following the person on the screen. But
And then he's like, "Yo, 3, 2, 1, next set." I'm like,
Oh.
"Man,
you're waiting for that 5, 4. You're like,
I didn't even catch my breath yet. What you mean?"
and they're like, next. I'm like, fuck, I gotta move.
That eyes, yeah.
So I think that's where it all started. It was during COVID. I think it kind of created a lot of opportunities to try things, working out. And one of the ways that came out of it was the hit workout.
Yo,
Did you do anything during any hit workout in the past before that?
I did during like COVID times back in the frat house. Yeah, we lived in a frat house during COVID. Like, I don't even know how we survived. Remember we had a pull-up bar, a pair of 20-pound dumbbells, and some bands.
That's it.
We made it work. Like
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
But then that summer when we came back home to New York City, I didn't have nothing here. Like all I did was just burpees,
Oh.
like push-ups, those type of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I would just do that for my workouts.
Wait, that was 2020 during the summer, right?
2020 summer
2020.
when you had a
summer.
buzz cut.
Oh yes, I remember. I was doing banded exercise at home.
Man, I was doing face pulls out of the closet, yo.
Oh my god. You were wild creative back then.
You gotta do what you gotta do, yo.
I remember I used to go to the playground, like the kids' playground, and I used to do pull-ups on that.
Man.
Yeah, 'cause you know monkey bars?
Yeah.
I would do pull-ups on that.
Easy pull-ups right
Yeah,
there.
easy pull-ups. You can do
Dips.
wide. You can do wide grip if you hold like two like
Yo.
far away from each other. You can do a close grip. You can do like a close grip, narrow grip. You can do one alternate. Yo, I got so creative during COVID. I honestly like it just made it so much easier to like step out your comfort
Yo.
zone, like just going to the gym.
And I feel like for a lot of people, even people that didn't work out, like it got them into working out because like you have so much time and everyone's health conscious at that time. So it was like, why am I not working out? Yo.
You started running during COVID.
Oh yeah, I started running, which
That
was
was crazy.
crazy.
That was crazy. Because if you
That
ask yourself at an 18-year-old, like, yeah,
Yeah, I am running.
I did a
bro.
half marathon, he would have looked at you and like, bro, what
You
the
phony.
Yo, you crazy.
Deadass.
You crazy.
No, but it's like a new challenge though. It's rewarding too because you're like, yo, I ran that? That's crazy. I didn't even think I could run a mile. You telling me I ran 13 miles? That's crazy.
13 miles.
And that runner's high be hitting, bro.
Yeah, when that dopamine release kicks in,
Yo,
when that serotonin kicks in, oh man.
it's better than that morning coffee. Yo. You're just
Here we
sitting
go.
there.
Here we go. And you got an extra boost of like turbo energy. Just
everything just a little brightened
Yep.
and heightened.
Yep. So I think for this episode, why we want to talk about 30-minute workout is to highlight you don't really need a whole lot to get a good workout in.
No, you really don't. To
You
be
don't.
honest.
Let's say you're on the go. Let's say you're like a busy, you know, a busy person working like a very demanding job, right? Let's say the company needs you. Let's say you're in a very important position where you're always kind of working with people. Let's say 10 hours a day, right? 10 to even 11 hours a day.
And then
'Cause
when you
the-
come home, you still got stuff to do.
Yeah.
Like it's
Mhm.
not like I can carve out 2 hours to commute, go to the gym, come back, shower, do all that.
Yeah. Let's say it's a day. Even if you still go to the gym, let's say if it's a day where you just can't get things done. Let's say it's a week of like, oh, you just can't get yourself some time to work out.
Yo,
Like, what do, right? Because you can't just carve out, like you said, 2 hours of your time. It's unrealistic, you know?
mm-hmm.
It's very unrealistic. Let's say
Yeah.
you're on call. Let's say you have meetings back to back. Let's say you got to go from one location of a company to another because you have to like visit, you know, to do some very important stuff on the site or something, right? Because you theoretically you're not even gonna have time for yourself
Yo,
other than going home, eat, sleep, rinse, repeat, right?
Yo,
So what do you do? So that's where the 30 minute comes in.
yo. Here's the thing. It is also gonna really depend on what your goal is. Like if you're trying to build muscle, probably gonna be pretty difficult. But let's say you're trying to stay in shape, like you're trying to burn some extra calories, trying to stay active, then it's very doable.
Let's
Very,
say
very
let's say you do
doable.
30-minute workout 5 days a week.
Very doable. But
So-
if you're trying to be a bodybuilder, there are probably better ways to go about it. But
There are. So just for the simplicity of you like getting and staying fit,
yo,
I think 30-minute workout, if you do that 5 times a week, that's like 150 minutes of physical activity, of like moderate to high intensity
Yeah.
physical activity.
yo.
That already meets the guideline from the American Heart Association. You
That's
know, that is
crazy.
the minimum. That's
I
like
didn't even know that. Yeah.
that's like the sweet spot, so that you don't like.
You said
that's
150 minutes.
150 to 180. I think that's the.
That's like 2.5, 3 hours
yeah.
in a week.
In a
Like,
week,
that's
yeah.
definitely doable.
It's
yo.
doable, and you're in shape for health preservation and like staying fit.
Yo,
Boom, it's already done. Yeah.
yo. So-
30 minutes. Yeah.
So what would you recommend someone doing if it's like okay they only have 30 minutes, like maybe it's like their lunch break, maybe that's a little bit early in the morning before the day starts, or even like it's like after work,
it's a good question.
right before that nighttime craziness happens. Like what can they do in 30 minutes?
Tell you what, I'm gonna start with the theoretical side, and then we'll get to the practical stuff.
Let's do it.
Gotta get the heart rate up. That's the first thing. If you don't get your heart rate up, you're not working hard enough.
How you gonna get your heart rate up quickly and effectively?
I got one answer for you. Move faster. You ain't moving fast enough if you ain't get your heart rate. You gotta move fast.
Sonic.
You gotta move fast, yeah. So if you wanna target like a very like moderate to high intensity, you wanna look at anywhere between 50 to 80% of your heart rate max. So heart rate max, it's a parameter that talks about the maximum heart rate, maximum beats per minute that a certain individual can achieve at any given age, right? So you use this simple equation, 220 minus your age, all right?
220.
So
I'm at 195.
So let's do a quick maths.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, boom, you already got it.
Yo, I'm Asian, bro.
Yeah, we
Quick
already got
maths,
it.
bro.
So 220 minus your age, you're
25.
25. Oh, you're 25. 195. So let's say if you want to do like 80% of your heart rate max, right? So times about 195. You're aiming for anywhere between 156 to 160
Pretty
beats per
fast.
minute.
It's pretty fast, bro.
If you have like a heart rate tracker, all you need to do is just check it while you're doing your exercise, and you can see that heart rate go up.
That's literally me huffing and puffing already, bro.
Yeah,
150
exactly.
something.
So
Yeah.
you're literally working your body. Imagine you do that for, you don't even have to do it for 30 minutes, for the entire time because it's very unrealistic for you to sustain that for average person unless you're like a high level athlete. So let's say
or you live on the mountains or something. You know?
yeah. So if you can sustain that for let's say 10 minutes, you're gonna burn some serious calories
yeah.
by just by doing that. You're not gonna burn a whole lot just based on the time that you're gonna have.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get a good workout. You're gonna sweat. You're gonna do like.
You're gonna get a
some-
good bang for your buck
Yeah.
in that time frame.
Yeah, realistically, you're not gonna burn like 1,000 calories
No.
because it's not gonna. That's not how 30-minute workouts work.
Yeah.
But you will get that benefit of getting the heart rate up, getting some runner's high. You're gonna get some some calories burned.
So how do you do that then?
You just so one way that we did. Remember that 30-minute workout that we did with some jumping jacks, some burpees.
Man.
Those are fast movements. Like you burn some serious calories.
Man,
And
I
get the heart rate
hated that, man.
Burpees burn you up.
Bro, burpees suck.
Yeah.
Like anyone that likes burpees, like you build different. We can't be friends.
It's a whole body workout because think about it, what it's doing, right? So you gotta do a little jump, a little star jump. You gotta come down. You gotta kick the legs out.
You're traumatizing me right now. Bro.
Remember back
He's
in
a
the-
star jump.
Do you remember back in high school we did that boot camp class? Oh my god! So star jumps and you gotta do a push up, right? When you come back,
Mountain climber.
mountain climb back into that position, and you're gonna go back for a jump.
That's
again.
one.
That's one.
That's one.
Do down up do. That's one. So you imagine doing that 30 times.
And if you heavy like me, yo, that entire floor shaking, bro.
If you do 30 burpees, you could probably that's like a 3-minute high intensity workout.
I don't even think I do 30 in a row, bro.
And you gotta do jumping jacks after that. Oh, your calf's gonna be destroyed.
Fine. What about going up and down the stairs? Would that be effective?
Stair runs, yeah. So you run up and down the stairs. Yo, I can tell you right now, if you can do that for even 3 minutes to 5 minutes straight, you different.
You training to be a firefighter at that point, bro.
Do. I can challenge you right now. Anyone that can do 3 minutes of stairs, getting a heart rate of like 80% of your heart rate max, I'm gonna give you a free workout template.
I am not doing that shit, bro. That's OD, bro.
That is OD time.
That is
Yeah.
OD, bro.
So that is very hard to do. That is
Yeah.
very hard.
What are some other ways? What about like, would you reach that by jogging? Or
Jogging,
would you have to like sprint?
do a 5K is sub 30, but that's easy money right there. If you do a 5K,
No, I mean, but like your heart rate. Like,
Oh,
would
yeah.
you get that? Would you get like 80% by just going on a jog?
yeah,
Oh,
just jog faster.
that ain't jogging, bro. That's running, bro.
So you
That's
gotta.
sprinting, bro.
So you can, but depends on like the person. If you're like not as fit, your heart rate's gonna go up higher.
Oh,
But if
true.
you're fit, then your heart rate's gonna be chilling.
True.
So you gotta play around with your numbers. Yeah,
True.
it can work though. It can work.
Does your heart rate go that high with weightlifting? Let's say you have like a pair of dumbbells at home.
No,
Would it go up?
nah, not very high.
Maybe you can even pair some things.
CrossFit.
Yo.
Let's do some CrossFit. Yeah, that's
Yo,
why
yo, you
CrossFit
pair
is a
your
thing.
you pair your curls or your chest presses with some burpees. Ooh.
I got a quick one for you right now. Ready? You do this is a CrossFit training routine. So you do I think it was like you do it for time. So it's like 3 minutes of deadlifts. You do 3 minutes of
minutes of
squats.
deadlifts?
Yeah.
How?
Or like 2 minutes. Yeah. So you do 2-3 minutes of deadlifts.
How?
And then you do squats after that. And then you finish off with burpees and then pull-ups. You do 4 things, and I can assure you, you're gonna be shot.
That is crazy.
You do
bro.
time. Everything's for time. Yeah, everything's for time.
That is crazy.
And there's even a thing where you can flip that. You can do reps, but you finish it for time. So you do 30 squats, 30 deadlifts, 30 burpees, 30 pull-ups, and then you do it for time. So you're trying to make it as short as possible.
Yeah.
Bro,
That's insane.
dude, I can assure you, you're gonna be after that.
Oh man. No, that's great. 30 minutes. Like it doesn't sound like that much time, but you can get a lot done in just 30 minutes.
Yeah, if you move quick enough, you move fast enough, like it's doable. Yeah. Theoretically, you don't even need like a whole hour in the gym. 45. That's probably gonna be enough if you like maximize your break and your time.
In the gym, what would you recommend people doing if they have like a limited amount of time?
Superset. Superset.
For those that don't know what that is, like what's a superset?
I got you right now. Superset. You're gonna think I'm
You're
crazy.
super and what?
You're super and you're set.
And you're set.
So here's a superset for your back day. Ready? You do deadlifts, and you do rows. You do barbell rows. So deadlifts, let's say you do like 10 of those. Right after you finish, don't drop the bar. You keep that bar up and you do the rows. You do 10 of those, 10, 15 of those. And then after you finish that, you do some pull-ups. That's one. And then you
Bro.
repeat that 2, 3 more times. I guarantee you're gonna be shot after that.
I got a pump just hearing that, bro.
Imagine doing 10 deadlifts, 10 barbell rows, and then you finish off with pull-ups. You can do assist as well. I'm sure you're gonna be pumped by the time you finish that.
Nah, that's crazy. That is crazy, bro.
I got a leg day for you. Ready? So you do squats, barbell squats. After that, you
What,
do some
lunges?
walking lunges, and then you're gonna think I'm crazy. You're gonna finish off with some Bulgarians, light weights. You do it for M reps and as many reps as possible. That's one.
That is insane, bro.
Biceps, ready? I got you with the arm one. First, you do some pull-ups. You do some dips, and after that, you finish with some curls.
No, but that's a full upper body pump,
Bro, your arm's gonna be like you can't put on your jacket after that.
No, that's how you know you got a good arm session in, yo.
Yo.
When you can't even like take off your shirt or put on like your jacket or hoodie. Woo.
Try it out if you guys haven't had a chance. So you do dips or pull-ups, whatever comes first, doesn't matter. Finish off with some curls, lightweight curls. Preacher curls work as well, and then you could do push-ups. So flip around the order if you feel like you want to do push-ups first and then the curls. But so alternate bicep, tricep. I can guarantee if you do like 3 sets of those, you're gonna be shot.
Yo,
You're gonna be like,
that is. I can say that like over the years, I've definitely decreased the amount of time I spend in the gym. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys like I work out only 30 minutes every day. Like my workouts do last a little bit longer than that. But back in the time, I used to be in the gym for like 2-3 hours normally. Like that's like on average. But now I'm in and out in like an hour, hour and a half max.
that's it. You don't need that
Max.
much. Yep.
Like with me doing like less sets, less reps, less exercises, like sure I might not be able to do as much like as I used to be, but the quality of work that I'm putting in is actually higher now.
Oh yeah.
And I'm able to recover from that, so I'm able to get back into the gym and do it again the following day. It's crazy. Cause back then I used to think, yo, let's just do more. Cause I thought that the more I did, the more results it leads to. Yes, that is true until a certain extent.
There's gonna be a plateau.
No,
You know that time when we spent like 3 hours in the gym,
no.
and after that second hour, you're gonna be in there. You're gonna be like you don't like it starts to not feel like
No.
you're there for the results at that point. You're just
No.
there to be there.
I've been thinking about what I'm gonna eat after. Yo.
Yeah, you start to lose that effectiveness.
That
Yeah, you want to be efficient, right? You want to be efficient. So, if you haven't had a chance already, 30-minute workout is the trick to navigate through a tough work-life balance. It really is, and I really believe that it does help. If
Yeah.
you just do 30 minutes, even for 4 days a week,
3-4 times a week, like that's a good solid amount already.
Yeah.
You know?
you know that can also include like running too, 5K or cycling, like a 30-minute cycling session. That's a Peloton session right there. If you have Pelotons, I'm big fan of people that do that. So go for it. Yeah.
Yo, and if you need to, like, yo, just do this while you're watching whatever show that you're watching. Like, do it, or you're watching sports, yo, during those commercial breaks, do your sets, do your stuff. Like, you be huffing and puffing, and you watching your games, yo.
True. So tell you what we've been thinking about is dropping a free 30-minute workout template. It can be anything.
Yo,
So, what are your thoughts on that?
like, if you guys would be interested, like we've never done this before,
Yeah.
but if it would be helpful if we were to come up with like a free workout template with, let's say, like different 30-minute workouts you can do. This can be at home, this can be at the gym. If that like would be helpful for you, just simply comment down below. If we get enough interest, we'll bust it out, we'll make it happen, and yeah, we're happy to help and do that for you guys.
Again, this is all for you guys. We're not here to incentivize anything. We're just here to provide some form of support for people that are looking for ways to break that really tough work-life balance.
You know,
So yeah.
and it is very doable. 30-minute workouts, go make it happen.